Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. We frequently use Comfy UI to generate images from either text inputs or image inputs. One of my favorite tool in order to make sure that the image is as much according to my own requirement is conditioning. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can use conditioning easily to ensure that the image you are generating is as per your own requirement. So let's get started. If you don't know what Comfy UI is, then please go to my channel and search with Comfy UI, and you should be able to get a lot of tutorials in a very easy language, simple way to not only install Comfy UI but also play around with it. The model which I am going to use in order to generate images from text is this Dream Shaper from Civit AI, and you can use any stable diffusion of your liking. So let's go to my Comfy UI. I already have it installed. So I'm just going to load the default workflow, and as you know that Comfy UI is all based upon the nodes, and this default workflow is comprised of all of those nodes. So from the left hand side we have this model Dream Shaper, and then we have our input, a positive prompt and negative prompt. So these dictate what we want in our image and what we don't want in our image. And then we have this latent image, which is just a compressed abstract image, an empty image, which is used to noise and denoise the resultant image. K-sampler node actually generates the image, and then we use this variational autoencoder to convert the image from latent space to pixel space, and then we are displaying it. So that is all it is doing. Again, if you don't know what that is, please search my channel with latent, and you should be able to get a tutorial where I describe it in very easy way. So in this video what we are going to look at it as how the conditioning works. For that, let me give you an example. So let's suppose we want to generate an image of an enemy girl in Australian outback. So for that, I'm just giving it a prompt. As you can see on your screen, that close up of a 35-year-old enemy girl, brown cowboy hat, black hair, looking lonely in Australian outback. Let me for a moment remove this brown cowboy hat. Also, for negative prompts which we don't want to appear here, let's put in this where I'm just saying that image shouldn't be a blurry, low quality or distorted. Let me click on Q prompt to generate the image, and I'm just going to put the image here. There you go. So we have our enemy girl here, looks great. Now let's suppose I want to put a brown cowboy hat on her. So I have just added this brown cowboy hat here. Let's run it. Now you see that the whole image has this brownish tint here just because this brown cowboy hat was added. Now that is not something required. I mean, if I go with red, blue, even that tint would be available. So how do you remove this tint, and how do you remove this density of brown color from this image? That is where conditioning comes in. And my favorite tool to do the conditioning is this. Double click here, and then simply just add a new clip text encode. So this is similar to what we have here. Let me move this one here, here, and here, and I'll just move it here. I'll make it smaller. So this clip text encode is same as is. So I'm just going to cut it from here, the brown cowboy hat, and I'm going to put it here. So I have just decoupled it from here, and then I'm just going to move this K sampler down, and then let me double click and then add here conditioning concat node. From this node, simply first just move this clip to this clip. So clip basically converts our text into embeddings or numerical representation, and this is our original prompt. So now from this, instead of going to this positive prompt, let's put it in this conditioning from input of this concatenate and also this one is to conditioning 2, and the output should go to now positive. So we have decoupled this brown cowboy hat to here, so that this will generate the image as usual, and then it should only put brown cowboy hat on her instead of making the whole image with a brownish tint. So let me run it. And there you go, you see there is no, the shirt is white now and there is no brownish tint, even the background is quite natural. Of course you can still play around with it. For that you can check to see if, for example, this sampler you want to check with Euler and Ancestral, which I normally use, or the scheduler you can either go with normal or Keras is also good. So maybe I'll just do the Q prompt here and we will see. So you see, much better. It is still brown cowboy hat, but there is no brownish tint at all. So this is how you condition an image in the Comfy UI with the help of these nodes. There are a lot of other conditioning techniques too. For example, we have conditioning average, we have conditioning set area, set mask, and then we also have some time step conditioning, but that is bit of an advanced one. This is the one which I normally use only two conditionings, to be honest. One is this one, this is my main go-to, but just in case if I have to balance out between one image and another, for example, I also want to put in a summer or winter, then I use the timestamp concatenation. And I would also like to introduce you to our video sponsor, which are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language for extracting data from web pages quickly, easily, and at scale. You can use the Python SDK to run your queries in production using Playwright, and use the browser-based debugger for optimizing queries in real time on any web page. AgentQL is a robust alternative to fragile XPath and DOM CSS selectors, as it uses the power of AI to analyze the page structure to find the data you are looking for, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Towards the end, one note on this sampler and scheduler. This sampler affects quality, speed, and style of the output image. So normally I go with this Euler Ancestral or DPM Adaptive, but mainly this Euler one. And then for scheduler, that controls how noise is gradually removed from the latent image. So normally either I go with Keras or normal. I don't use any other. So you can select as per your own. So that is what I was saying, that if just in case if you're still getting any blurriness or any tint here on the image despite of this, maybe play around a bit with these samplers and scheduler, and more than often that just fixes everything. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.